Hi everyone, welcome back to another monthly celebration video. So it is the month of September. Some of the ladies did back to school layouts last month. However, my kids go to school, start school in September. So I'm going to do a back to school layout. I haven't chose the photos yet. To be honest, I'm really behind with a lot of things, and I know I've been missing out on videos lately, so I really haven't chose the photos, but once I start the video, you guys will be able to see, and I will, mention what photos I chose. I did want to tell you that I am using this new Doodlebug collection. It is called School Days, I believe is the name of it, and this is the one they just recently released. And I was at the Doodlebug event, so they had all these wonderful goodies there, so I went a little crazy, as you can see here. I also got the 6x6 pad just because, I find that once I'm done with the 12x12 sheets, I usually have a lot of, odds and ends and stuff left over, so why not? It doesn't hurt to get the 6x6 pad. And so that is the kit I'm going to be using this month, and I wanted to invite you to join me. My goal is to do a week of back to school layouts. Since this video will be going up on the 15th, which is a Sunday, I'm going to start with this video, and then I'm going to call it back to school week, even though I'm sure almost all the kids out there will be back to school by the time this week comes along. It's just more for fun. So yeah, that's my plan, to do a week-long series, and I'm going to hopefully get a lot of my 8x10s scrapbooked. At least 5 of them. Maybe, I don't know if I'll do every layout this coming week with an 8x10, or at least 3, but my goal is to at least do 3, 1 of each kit, and then whatever I find for the following couple days, or anything in between there. So I invite you to join me along with that, and don't forget to check the links below to all the other videos from the wonderful ladies in this scrapbook YouTube hop for monthly celebrations. And yeah, after this, I guess we only have 3 left. So wow, that's kind of amazing. All right, let's get started on the layout. Hi everyone, welcome to the layout. And I am showing you right there in that picture was part of the sketch I'm using. So I had someone ask if I could tell you guys, since I can't show the sketches, they asked if maybe I could tell you guys what books they're from. And I'm going to tell you, I will do my best doing that. However, I have taken all my Scrapbook Generation sketchbooks apart and divided them by picture number. So if it's 1 photo, it's in my 1 photo book, 2 photos, etc. So I'm going to do my best. If there is anything on the sketch that will indicate what book it's from, I will show you guys in the beginning. You can screenshot it and look it up, or anything like that. So I will do my best, but I do know that some of the older sketchbooks don't have anything that really indicates what book they're from. So yeah, that is why I did that. You might see that in some of my videos coming up. Anyways, I am using this collection, and as I was going through all of the ephemera pieces, this collection, I just fell in love with it more and more. There is so many fun, playful elements. There's like a pencil sharpener and any school supply you could probably think of. They have it on there, and these cute little faces, and I am just really, it's got a lot of that Doodlebug cutesiness to it, but I am really, really in love with it, and I like how this layout turns out quite a bit. So I'm going to be scrapbooking these photos of my son's first day at preschool, and it was his very first day of school, and he was ready to go really early, and he was very excited for school. So it was also a good chance, you will see as I do this layout, it was a good chance for me to use up some of these things that say like I love school. I'm going to cut out this border strip right here that says I heart school, I heart school, and I was happy to be able to use some of those up, because a lot of kids don't love school. They need to make a collection that says, oh no, school again, things like that. Really like teenager, oh, we don't like school. I know that you're not supposed to encourage that, but let's be honest, that's how it is. At least for my kids anyway. They don't absolutely hate school. They think they do, but you know how kids are anyways. So yeah, let somebody know. If you know anybody who makes collections, let them know. We want a collection that says, oh no, school again, things like that. So I'm following the sketch, and one thing, I printed these photos up a long time ago. So this is my son. I mentioned his first day of preschool. He just started 10th grade, so that's how old these photos are. I printed these. I used to print solely through Shutterfly. I do get a lot of questions about where I get my photos printed, and it used to be solely Shutterfly that I would use. I have not had luck with a lot of companies around here. I like the matte finish on the photos. My Walgreens didn't do a very good job at all the last time I got something printed there. In fact, I walked back in the store and returned it and said no thank you. The Costco, I used to do them a little bit, but then they changed their website years ago and I didn't like it. So again, I was still only using Shutterfly. I have not tried Costco's website in a few years, so I can't say whether or not they've fixed it. But yeah, I pretty much do most of my printing through Shutterfly. I have all my photos saved on Shutterfly, and you can store as many photos as long as you're ordering from them. Yeah, and I don't know, I like Shutterfly. I usually do it when I can get the free shipping, and so it comes right to my door. I don't have to worry about picking anything up and making that extra errand added into my day, so that is where I get a lot of my photos printed. However, I don't know if they fixed it, although I want to say that they have. I'm not 100% sure, but their photos used to not be a full 6 inches. They used to be shy of the 6 inches. So it's possible that if you order through their app, that it's the full 6 inches, and maybe their website isn't, or I don't know. I have to place an order coming up, so I will let you know if they fixed it. But because it wasn't the full 6 inches, I knew that one photo, the 4x6 there, was going to be slightly short, and I didn't want it to throw off the entire layout on this side. So I went ahead and decided that was my favorite photo anyway, or at least one of them, and I would mount it on a red piece of the pattern paper that came with this collection. So I just cut 1/8 of an inch off, about that, from each side of the photo, and normally I would cut just like 1/4 inch from one side of the photo and call it good, but because I wanted him to stay more centered in the photo, I did it off of each edge. So that is why that photo is mounted. Plus, like I said, it's my favorite photo, so I feel like it just brings attention to that photo even more. So I'm filling this spot up. This might have called for another photo. I don't 100% remember, but I decided to add a piece of pattern paper there. I think that I had counted my photos. I had the right number of photos to match the sketch, which I believe is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe it's 10 that I have on this layout. It must be 10 that I put on this layout. I thought it was 9, but either way, I went ahead and added that piece of pattern paper, and it's the same pattern that's going to go on the right hand side of the layout. However, it's the smaller 6x6 version, so it's the same star pattern but just smaller version, and I like that. I feel like it brings the pattern from the right hand side, but it's not too big and busy, and it works out really well. So on Allison Davis's sketch that I showed you, she had some borders punched out, or at least a border. I don't believe hers was the notebook border, but I went ahead and used my notebook one for this because it's really, just goes along with the whole school theme. And then just for a little bit more added interest, I went ahead and I cut that green strip of pattern paper, and I didn't measure either of these. If I had to guess, they're about 1/2 inch wide. But I wanted that green to go under the blue. The blue would have been just fine without the green there, but it just gives something a little bit more added interest. And I feel like it helps bring the green out from those photos in our yard. These pictures were taken in our front yard. So, yeah. And it's weird looking at that yard now that I said that because it looks so different now. It was so long ago. But anyways, so one thing about this side of the layout is I'm not going to mount that photo that is 4x6. And I don't know why I didn't. Maybe I didn't want it to draw attention away from the other photo that is mounted. But it will be slightly shorter than the grid on the left-hand page, and even from this pattern paper that I'm going to glue down. I could have cut this pattern paper down to line up with it, so you can kind of see there, I kind of centered it so that it just sticks out a little bit above and below. And like I said, I could have cut it down, but I'd already inked all the edges and I was just scrapbooking, and I just didn't worry about it. Nobody's really going to notice in the long run. Whenever anybody looks at my layouts, all they really look at is the photos. And so, you know, you want to say to them, quit looking at the photos. But the photos is why we scrapbook, right? So when I put this border down, I didn't realize it, but I put it in the wrong spot. But I like where it is now. So on the sketch, where that big piece of pattern paper is actually a bunch of banner strips, that because it was from her 6x6 class that she taught. She cut up a bunch of 6x6s, and I didn't want to do that. This is the first layout, first of all, that I've used with this collection, and I didn't, knowing that I'm not too crazy about banners, I wasn't sure how I would like it, so I just left it as one full sheet. But on her sketch, because she has all the banner pieces there, that border strip that I put down is actually between the photos and the pattern paper. And I probably would have put it there if I was paying more attention, but I didn't, and I wasn't going to try pulling it back up because I like it where it is now. I feel like it frames the entire layout anyway, so I'm not worried about it. But just to let you know, if you're looking at the sketch and thinking, I can't find one that looks like hers, well, that's because that pattern paper is all border strips on her layout. So I'm going to use this title, and I'm just going to put first day. I'm not going to put first day of school or this grade or that grade. I just decided to go with first day. I liked it over there, and I thought it fit really well. And I did put this green Hello Kindergarten piece, ephemera piece, over to start my cluster on this right-hand side. But like I mentioned, these are his first day of preschool, so I'm going to discover that in a few minutes. But I do like that they have all the grades. I believe it's kindergarten through 6th grade. It's either 5th or 6th, but I do think they might have a 6th. So there's a die cut quote bubble for if you got I think it's the Chit Chat pack or whatever they call it. Has all those hello kindergarten, hello blah blah blah. And I have to tell you guys, I love this collection. I've been doing my layouts. I mentioned at the beginning of this video that I'm going to do an entire back to school week. So I've been doing a bunch of videos, and I am just ready to go with this collection and to keep going and not stop. I really love this collection. I feel like the colors are so neutral and can be used with anything, which you will see. I'm going to use a picture that's doesn't really have these colors in it. One of the 8x10s I'm going to be doing this week. I decided to do 3 8x10s, so one for each kid to get a little bit caught up on those, and then 3 layouts, which are just random photos from the school year for each kid. I've finished 2 of the 8x10s now and one other just random layout, and I have to go back and find a better 8x10 for my daughter. The one I had chosen I didn't think was going to work too well. It would work just fine, but I've decided myself I just don't want to use it. So here I'm actually going to end up gluing down this Hello Kindergarten phrase. And normally I would put first grade or kindergarten or preschool in bigger letters, but I kind of felt like that was just fine. And I am going to realize that, though, that I will have to come back up in a minute, but you will see how I fixed that. Anything in scrapbooking is fixable, I believe. So even if you have to tear the entire layout up, if you absolutely hate it, I say tear it up and try it again if you want. I have done that with layouts, and I really was so happy because I liked the end result and I wasn't liking what I was doing. So yeah. Now I do add foam tape to a lot of different elements when I am scrapbooking. I like the different dimensions. I think it really helps. The foam tape that I use is not very thick at all. I want to say it's 1/16 of an inch. I thought it was 1/8 of an inch, but it's actually more like 1/16 of an inch. So yeah, and I apologize if you can hear the garbage trucks behind me, but I don't have a choice. They should be leaving in just a moment, although they're really loud. I do apologize. I only have today to get a bunch of voiceovers done before I have to go back to the school and help out again. I don't know if I mentioned, but that is why I haven't had any videos. So a lot of you may know I went to the Doodlebug event in August, and I have to tell you that wore me out. I think it was the longest time that we've ever left our kids here without mom and dad, you know, and so it caused me some anxiety. I have anxiety issues, so I worried about it quite a bit, but I was so happy they stayed. My mom took them and got my youngest kayaking, so I thought that was great. So he likes kayaking now, and I'm so excited about that. I didn't think he would like it, but he did, and we've even gone again since we got back. And you know, she's a great grandma, so they will do great. I wasn't worried about, you know, them staying with her so much. It's just everything. And so I think all the worry and anxiety just wore me out because I didn't do any scrapbooking. These photos and these layouts are the first scrapbooking I've done since I got back. I just haven't had any mojo whatsoever. And then school started, and I was at the school helping the teachers. Even the week before school started, I was there helping them every day. And so there was a lot of teachers that had to move classrooms. So I had to help them unbox and set up their new classrooms. I do the laminating at the school for everybody. So of course, this time of year, there's a lot of laminating that needs done. And anything else that they need done, I'm so willing to help. And then the first week of school, same thing. It was busy. You know, they've got a lot of stuff that they need and don't really have their volunteers set up yet. So, and I love to do it. I absolutely love helping them out. So that's why I have not had any videos. It is taking me a little bit of time to get my mojo back, though, I will admit. I am just kind of like, I need to find my mojo. So using this collection really kind of helped, I think, because it was so much fun and it's new. I will say my room right now is a horrible mess again. A lot of the stuff that came home with me got put away, but there's some stuff still left out all over my room. But it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully you will see pictures coming up. I won't say soon, but someday you will. I never know when I'm going to get to something. So back to the layout here, I added this. Today is a good day to learn something new. I wanted that big sticker there. I liked that it was a word, not just one word sticker, but it had a phrase on it, because that schoolhouse that's up in the top right was so big, and I just felt like it made the top half of that layout so heavy that I thought that today is a good day to learn something new went good there too, also because it is the first day of school and it was a good day for him. So it all just kind of went together, and I felt like it brought down some of that heaviness. I did add a couple of stars into the cluster on the left-hand side, and so that goes not only with the pattern paper, but it just kind of is fun and adds different colors. It's a good way to bring all the colors around to all the different layouts. I'm taking a couple of them and popping them up with foam tape, and I believe I'm going to add 3 into each cluster. I did add that photo tab sticker up above just to kind of give your eye something. Looking at it now, I feel like it's maybe a little bit too much to the right. It could have gone to the left a little bit more, even maybe on the left-hand page, but it is what it is, and I'm not going to go back and fix it. So I'm not going to add any stars into that area. However, I wanted something small, and I am going to add a word phrase sticker to right underneath it, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I had originally thought maybe I would put preschool or something up there, but I don't think that I do. I think that I'm just going to leave it as is, and I think that usually I write down the dates of all my photos onto like a little post-it note before I start my layout, but I forgot with these ones. So I'm just going to put September of 2008 on here instead of any dates. So, and it's amazing to think that was, what, 11 years ago? Oh my gosh, that's just crazy. And I'm just now getting these done, but I'm glad because I love this collection and the way it turned out. So, I want to thank everybody for watching, and thank you for your patience with my missing in actionness. I will definitely have a video up every day this week. Cross your fingers that I get them all done if my computer would cooperate. And don't forget to check out the link to all the videos that the other ladies are doing. I'm curious to see what they are going to be scrapbooking in September. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!